Hello YouTube and welcome Diecast family to another paint review video. Today we're going to do some SMS paint. This is Color Shift Extreme Supernova, and this stuff looks crazy in the bottle. The camera's not doing it justice, but I've never seen paint that changed color like this. Now this stuff is like, I think this was $8.99 for this bottle, and it's pre-thinned, so it's ready to spray right out of the airbrush. There's a safety. I think SMS is located in maybe Australia. Has Australia symbol on it, but it tells you 12 to 15 psi with a 0.3 tip. So I'll be using my Pache airbrush with a 0.3 tip, and I'll set my air compressor up to 12 to 15 psi, and we'll spray it on this Mercedes that I already pre-painted black, which came out quite nice if my camera would focus. And I have finished up a ton of customs this week, so I need to find the time to make a video to show these all. This one is not a custom, it's one I'm happy to finally have in the collection. Actually picked up quite a few SMS paints. I wanted to see how I liked them, and then I'll probably end up picking up a bunch more. I'm looking for a turquoise, like that green turquoise for the Falcon is really hard to find, and I did find some, but I don't like it. Like, it's a good color match, but I'd much rather find in like a hobby paint, and this one's really close. I think if I mix this with some other white, I could get a perfect match. But I'd like to find a perfect match without having to like try and mix my own, just so it's more consistent. But pretty cool blue colors. But the spruce ended up being the closest, I think, to what I'm looking for. And this metallic, spearmint green metallic, looks pretty awesome. All these are little glass bottles, which I really like. And they're a lot bigger than the normal bottles. So if they weren't thinned in half the size, I mean, but get the clear aqua. I liked how they were airbrush ready. So not having to thin them or anything, that's a big selling point to me. And got a clear pink here. So probably end up doing another video where I review the clears of these, and maybe even some of their metallics. But I'll meet you back at the spray booth, and we'll get this car sprayed. We'll also spray it on a couple spoons. They said use a black base, so I got one I pre-painted black, and then we have one that I chrome one. So I just want to see what it looks like over chrome. And we'll do a white one too, just for the hell of it. So I'll meet you back at the spray booth. Alright, we're back at the spray booth. I filled up my Pache Raptor with it. So it's full. This is a Porsche Raptor. It's just like the Porsche Talon, just it has a lot smaller cup size, and it's open really wide on the bottom, which makes it really easy for changing colors and stuff. Absolutely love this airbrush. So we'll paint a spoon first. Just going on really light. And I turned down my airbrush. It was a little high yet, so I turned it down. It's about on 15 now. And there you can really see that color change come in there on the second coat. Holy cow. And I think we're going to leave it right like that, 2 coats. I think it's meant to be really thin. So it didn't say to use it over chrome or white, but we're gonna try it anyways. White usually gives you the true color or something, and then we'll try chrome. A lot of times transparent paint just looks crazy over chrome. Over the white, it really took like 3 coats, and look at that. It does give it like a really cool like marble look. Put a little bit more in the airbrush. It's the only problem with this airbrush, it does not hold very much paint at all. It's enough paint for me to paint a car. This spoon is really scratched. This paint's really just bringing out the scratches of it. Paint definitely doesn't hide any flaws. But wow, looks pretty good over the chrome too. Really gives a cool effect. It shifts from like green to gold to purple, or purple, green, and then gold. Seems to be like purple's the main color of it. Now we'll paint this car. The spoons were like a little bit of practice before we did the car. I'll blow it off with just air, and then we'll go in. I almost feel like I could leave it like that. Holy cow, that's 1 coat. Wow. Really like to do a second coat on it because that was just like a scratch coat. But man, look how good it came out. Just one coat. No, we're going to give this about 5 minutes and then do a second coat, but I'm half tempted to leave it just like this. So we'll see what I end up doing. Wow. And to paint the whole car, I filled this up and it's still full. So I barely used any paint at all to paint that car. I used way more on the white spoon and the chrome spoon. Holy cow. Alright. Alright, even though I'm really impressed with how this turned out, looks amazing with just one coat. The black, or the back, still looks a little black, and the bottom there of the door, because I went over it real lightly. So I think I'm going to go over it one more time, and then we're going to call it good, and then I'll see you back at the bench. So it actually gave it more of the effect, so it did not hurt it at all. Definitely gave it a lot more of the effect. Wow. Tell you what, I am really impressed with this paint. I can already tell it's going to clean out of the airbrush real nice, because it's not like sticking or coating to the inside of the airbrush like paints do sometimes. I mean, wow, I can already tell you, I think I'm in love with this SMS paint. And they have all different shades of this color, or this color shift paint. So I think I'm definitely going to have to pick up a lot more of them. I actually think some of them might be like $15 though. So it must depend on what kind of pigment they use. So we'll let this dry. I'll clear coat it, and then we'll see you back at the bench after it's clear coated. The spoons I won't clear coat, so we'll see what it looks like unclear coated and how durable it is. So, see you back at the bench. Alright, so we're back at the bench now with the final result, but my lights in here definitely are not doing the paint job justice. I mean, it is, it looks really purple if you look at it at one angle, and then if you look at it at a different angle, it looks green. But my camera can't really pick up the green that well. And then if you look at it at a certain angle, it's gold. So it really depends how you look at it. It either looks really dark purple, gold, or green. But my camera really is not doing this justice at all. So I barely used any of this paint at all. They don't come all the way filled. They're like, I don't know, up to the top of the line here. I got a new one, so they're not completely full. It looks like somebody already took some out of it. So you can see, for the car, I didn't use much at all. And for the car, I barely used any at all. Most of it I used on these spoons, because it's meant to go on black. So 2 coats, I mean, it was good. You seen it on the video. The chrome spoon, I don't know if it had a bunch of little scratches on it, or maybe I should have wiped it off. I don't know. I pulled it right out of the pack. So I just keep them in the pack. It should have been clean. Maybe I needed to do another coat or two, but it just, I don't know. It's hard to see on camera, but it's real splintery. I don't know. Like, it did not have a good effect with the chrome, which usually stuff goes on the chrome really nice. At least all the candies went on the chrome like amazing. But here's a white spoon. And on a white spoon, I think it gives it a really, really nice pearl effect. Now, just the paint itself, seems pretty durable. No scratches. So yeah, just the paint itself seems pretty durable. It is mainly like a clear coat. And you can see it when it separates. It's perfectly clear where it separates at. So it's definitely some kind of very, very fine dust, like a mica dust or something, suspended in a clear. And then over the all-clad black spoon I had primered. This was a all-clad black primer. It was a flat primer, but I had some leftover clear coat the one day, so I clear coated the spoon, and it made the primer really, really shiny. So it was a real glossy black. And then you seen on the video, this is like 1 coat. Might have been 2 really light coats. But yeah, definitely impressed with the SMS paint. The Color Shift Extreme Supernova. I'm definitely going to have to buy more of these SMS paints. They are extremely easy to use in the airbrush. Extremely easy to clean out. Most metallics are a pain in the ass to clean out of your airbrush because that metallic likes to linger in them. So, I mean, that cleaned out really nice, though. It was real easy to clean out. A lot easier than a normal metallic for some reason, even though it has little particles in it like a metallic. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this Mercedes yet. Well, there you can see the green, I think. But I'm definitely going to have to paint the headlights and tail lights. And besides that, I might just leave it like this. I never see Hot Wheels always does this in like a really extreme, like racing graphics and shit. Like I've never seen one done like in a civilian. So maybe I'll leave it like this in the civilian. And just do the headlights and tail lights. Put a nice set of rims on it. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. Make sure and hit the subscribe button. Let me know if you want to see a review on more of these SMS paints. These things are amazing. The other ones I bought, I didn't really buy to buy for a paint comparison. Or for a paint video. I bought them to try and match up this color turquoise. So I'm not going to do a video on that. Be pretty boring. Doing a Chem block hauler I'm working on. Just started it, so been thinking about it for a long time. Should have did it a long time ago, but let me know what you guys think of this. I think it's amazing. I'm half tempted to paint my dirt bike or my motorcycle tank this color, but being purple be the only reason I want it. But the green and the gold looks cool. I'm going to try more color shift paints. And if I find one I really like, maybe I will paint my motorcycle. Alright, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.